Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Clover. Hour and 41 minutes long. Only 4.2 on IMDb. 196 people have viewed it so far, so very low expectations on this one. It's about two brothers who owe money to the wrong people, so they have to go on the run and try and collect this money. As they do that, they run into a teenage girl, so they're burdened with her somehow, some way. And they don't even realize that assassins are after them and following them and that kind of thing. So it is a comedy. I could sense a crime and a thriller. Now the names that drew me to this, first of all, was Ron Perlman, from Sons of Anarchy, Hellboy, and then Chaz Palminteri. So you've seen him in a lot of different things. I mean, his The Bronx Tale, The Usual Suspects. Bronx Tale is probably one of my favorites. Then I'm just scrolling to see if I recognize anybody else, because they're followed. Erica Christensen. So she was from Swim Fan. Haven't seen her in much else after that, but if you ever seen that movie, she's the girl in that one. She's the girl. John Abrahams. He is from The House of Wax. If you've ever seen that one, that actually had Paris Hilton in it for a little bit, that movie. But so some deep knowledge for you there. I'll get into it here, find out what it's really about, and then ultimately I'll let you know if it's any good. So 4.2, low expectations, but less than 200 people have viewed it, so maybe it's not that bad. But I'll save you some time. Just bear with me, and I'll be back in a bit. Hey everybody, I want to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Clover. We're at the 55-minute, 24-second mark. So clear up some things. So the two Irish brothers are played by, one of them is John Abrahams and Mark Webber. They're the two brothers. They own a bar. And they're the ones who lost the money, and they owe it to what I'm going to call as a mob boss, right? And that is played by Chaz. As I mentioned before. Ron Perlman is in the beginning of the film. We haven't seen him again since. I'm not sure what role he plays, but he seems like he's playing a boss as well, too. And Erica Christensen, right, is that her last name? Christensen. She actually plays the assassin that is chasing them down. She comes in a little bit later, but I mean, it is what you think it is. I mean, the two of them, they lose the money, so they go and go in front of the mob boss, and he gives them a couple of options, and those options might go bad for them, and that's how they go on the run. And I won't go into great detail because I don't want to spoil it for you. But and then the teenage girl comes in when they're on this little mission with them. They hook up with this girl, and she starts tagging along for reasons, which makes sense. Her name is Clover. So they're trying to figure out how they're going to get, away from the mob and fix everything. Meanwhile, the mob's chasing them, and then the mob hires the assassins, which is Erica Christensen and her partner. The girl, I don't know her name. Something Jones, I think it is. Julia Jones, I'll say. I could be wrong, but she's from The Mandalorian. So I thought that was interesting. Real quick, as I brought that up, because I thought about it right afterwards, I have whatever. I was on a plane one time. I'm boarding the plane from California back to wherever, but back east. And walking on the plane, of course, first class always boards first. I look up as I'm shuffling down the thing, seat 1A, window side, I think. Ron Perlman. Sitting right there. I was like, whoa, what do? You don't want to make a big scene or anything like that. He looked up at me, and I looked at him, and I just smiled. Like not letting him know I knew who he was. He smiled back. So that's not that big of a deal. But I was excited. Went back, told my wife. She had no idea who it was. And then I hear other people talking, that was Ron Perlman. So kind of cool story there. But and he's in this movie. But that you have a better idea of the plot. Definitely not a 4.2. I thought it was going to be really bad. So maybe it goes downhill. But it's definitely not below a 5 for me. I'm in the 6 area right now. They try some comedy, and I like John Abraham's comedy in this. I mean, he's kind of funny. The two brothers I think are okay. You know, so that's, they're trying to mix it in. It's not over the top, laugh out loud funny, but it's enough. It's enough to keep it going and to throw the word comedy in there. They're trying. And it's action. It's I think it's pretty good. It's fun. So I'm excited I picked it, and I had my expectations low, considering a 4.2, and it's over that right now. Now, we have, what, 44 minutes left or something like that, 45 minutes left, we'll say. Maybe it takes a bad turn, and it really goes downhill, but so far, okay. So far, so good. Whatever. Alright, enough. You get it. I'll be back in a little bit and tell you a little bit more and give you my final thoughts. Stick around. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Clover and don't understand the hate. I liked it. Now, maybe I do understand. Okay, so some of the things that weren't that great for me. I want to say the action sequence, the shooting sequences were weird. They're not, something bothered me about them. The way, you know, obviously there's a lot of shootouts, so the way people were getting shot, the way the blood was splattering, the sparks that were flying, those kinds of things just struck me as odd, but not enough to ruin the film. But it just, whoever did that part did it differently and made it look kind of weird for me. So see if you see that when you watch this film. Two, it didn't bother me. The twist I liked, you know. I thought it was pretty good. So I don't know if other people might, because I could see, you know, how that might bother some people. The lack of, I want to say, development behind it. You know, it's like, and then boom, kind of thing. I don't know how to explain it without giving it away, but you'll know what I mean if you watch this movie. I could see how people might not like it because it came out of left field, and then then they could have done a little bit better of explaining it. They did an okay job. They could have done a lot better, I think, unless I missed something. But besides that, I liked it. And I'll also say my favorite line was the last line of the movie. Not the last line of the movie before it says the end. They do show something after that. That's not my favorite part. It's the line before that. The end. Right before that. That's my favorite line. So if you watch through this movie and you haven't seen it yet, check that out. That made me laugh, and it put me in a, you know, elevated my likeness of the movie. You know, I liked it enough, and then I liked everything they did. And I was like, okay, pretty good. And then, boom, that hit me, and I was like, all right, that made me laugh out loud. So it took the 1 hour and 41 minutes to laugh out loud. But, like I said, the other humor in it was cute enough that it wasn't, you know, it wasn't terrible. So I don't understand why people don't like it. For me, I enjoyed it, you know, in the time where there's no movies in the theaters and stuff like that. And this one was also rated at a 4.2. I have it over a 6. I am edging towards 6.5. Even the name of the movie, because it's cute and it's all wraps around. But I'm going to say 6.4, I guess. I don't want to take it to a 7. I'm not ready to do that. But it's definitely not a 4. Probably, you know, it's close. You get it. You see what I'm struggling with. So hopefully I helped you out. If you like these types of movies, these 8 heads in a duffel bag type movie, you know, all those kinds of things, I think this one's pretty good. Pretty good in for what we found. I don't know. It's not excellent, but a fun little movie that you might enjoy. So hopefully that was helpful. If you check it out, let me know. What'd you think? Did you see that final line? Did you laugh? What did you think of everything else I said? And I'd love to hear your thoughts. And hopefully, you know, this is, I hope, you know, maybe you decided not to watch it. Now you will. I don't know. Whatever. All right, I'm done talking. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. You know, and tell all your friends, please. Tell them about this wonderful channel and to continue to come back. Oh, if you could hit the like button too, that'd be cool. but then also continue to come back and visit Kimmel's Irish pub.